sports and entertainment, I want you to hit that like button. Make sure you sub to the channel if you're not a member. Also hit the notifications so that you're able to get all of my content and all of my videos. Salute to the whole entire Lions Den basketball as well as boxing community. And salute to all of the people that rock with me, day ones as well as the new subs too that have came aboard too as well. We are talking about hoops right now. Uh, we're going to get rocking and rolling. And I want to talk about the Detroit Pistons. Now, of course, I'm going to touch on another subject here in a few minutes and everything. I'm not going to keep y'all too long. But shout out to the Detroit Pistons, okay? Now, I know there's been, a lot of props given to OKC as well as the Cleveland Cavaliers. I've been amongst that. I have told people that the OKC Thunder are coming out of the West. I stand by that. I think that they have a good chance to come out of the West this year, particularly um, when you talk about the superstar emergence of SGA. Okay, doing his thing. He's continuing uh, to make his stamp from last year about why he should be the MVP. And of course, we know that last season, the OKC Thunder, they got robbed. So they kind of want to get their get back from what happened last season because they really feel like they should have been in the Western Conference Finals, and I definitely agree with them. Then, of course, you have the Cleveland Cavaliers. They're having a potential record-setting season. They have a pretty good squad, and Donovan. You have Donovan Mitchell. You got Darius Garland. You got uh, Evan Mobley and Jared Allen. All of those guys seem to have grown together. Okay, they've been through some trials and tribulations, but that hasn't stopped them. Uh, Having said all of that, though, y'all know how I felt how uh, JB Biggerstaff, how he was done last season by the Cleveland Cavaliers organization, okay, um, and also by Donovan Mitchell. But here's the thing about the Pistons, right? That is great about them. The Pistons, you add JB Bickerstaff in the mix, you see JB Bickerstaff coming through. Uh, what's up, Alana? I see you in here. How you doing? You have JB Bickerstaff that's coming in, and he's basically telling this organization and everybody else in the NBA and making it known, being that you don't need a big squad or a big organization to get things done and make everything. I'm glad you're doing good. What's up, Mindful? I see you in here. I hope everybody doing all right. Please hit that like when y'all coming in here. Appreciate y'all coming aboard. He's showing that he could take a team that is struggling, not doing good, a young team at that, who nobody's paying attention to. Hey, guess what? He has turned this around. How do you do a live stream on YouTube? Please tell me. Well, all you got to do is just go down there and hit plus. But of course, you'll have to check that with YouTube. You know what I'm saying? It depends on where you're at in terms of YouTube. But like I said, we're talking hoops right now. Okay, so let's stick to the subject of what we're talking about. We are talking about basketball at this present time. All right. So the Pistons, right? When we look at this squad right here, in the beginning, everybody was doubting the Pistons. Okay. It's like nobody paid attention to Cade Cunningham. Cade Cunningham this season is averaging 24 and 9. That's 24 points and 9 assists. Actually, 9.5 assists. He's averaging close to 10 assists. And Cade Cunningham pretty much is an emerging superstar in his own right. You know what I'm saying? And dare I say all-star too as well. He's playing at an all-star level. Hell, you can even argue that uh, now that they've lost Ivy, okay, and I hope he recovers. He's going to be out for the remainder of the season, and hopefully he'll be reevaluated when he comes back. But the good thing about them, man, is that you got Cade Cunningham, who I've been saying for a long time that everybody needs to pay attention to him. Now that he's starting to get the spotlight, you have to take the Pistons serious. Not only that, you got Beasley, okay? Beasley's averaging like 16. Ivy was averaging like 17.6. Then you got Tobias Harris, who I was real critical of Tobias Harris coming over there from Philly and everything, but he's found a home over there in Detroit. Then you have Tim Hardaway Jr., in which Tim Hardaway Jr. was done wrong by the Dallas Mavericks organization, particularly when we talk about Jason Kidd. Listen, J.B. Bickerstaff has taken his team. He's molding them. And it's not like, the Detroit Pistons are beating, some sorry teams. Nah, they're beating pretty good teams. And not only that, too, the Pistons, when they lose to like some good teams, they're not getting blown out. Not like they used to. It used to be a time a time period when you would look at the Detroit Pistons and you'd be like, oh, we're playing the Pistons. We could take a night off and everything. No, you can't. You can't look at that Pistons team like that no more. Much like you used to look at, Cleveland Cavaliers for a while, and much like you used to look at what's it called? The OKC Thunder. You used to look at them too. So I look at this team right here, the Pistons. Hold on one sec, y'all. Oh, what's up? Man, hey. Okay, my bad, man. I'm just now getting y'all comments. My bad. Had to refresh it. Hey, what's up with it? Who is Hendo is in the building. Make sure y'all go sub to Who is Hendo. You said yes, sir. Told people we would be better this year, 8-2 in the last 10 games. Yeah. Um, don't need you to pay attention. Clown 60. Hey, look. Hey, listen, you said Pistons are not for real when they listen. First off, Stephen Green, we're not gonna take anybody. Hendo, let me tell you something. First off, let me tell you something. On my channel, man, I put everybody on blast, okay? But I'm not gonna take anybody serious that says that Sam Perkins is a Hall of Famer, okay? So just think about what this man was saying about Sam Perkins being a Hall of Famer. Okay, so just let that sink in. The reason why he don't know nothing about the Pistons is because he hasn't watched them play. Of course, Who is Hendo. He is a Pistons fan, okay? Like Hendo probably don't watch my channel. He knows I fuck with the Pistons, okay? And the reason why I fuck with the Pistons is because two of my starters all time, they were bad boys back in the days. But I have respect for the Pistons organization. I fuck with Joe Dumars and everything. But I'm looking at the Pistons because I felt like they had the talent. They had the talent. When Sudoku Bay was there, I wish Sudoku Bay would have stayed there and everything. But they have a group of young, gifted guys up there that can really get this moving. And on top of that, they're in the last time I checked, they were in the 7th seed or whatever. Who was Hendo? They were 18-18. They were right at 500. They're right behind Indiana. Last time I checked, if they win another game, they'll be able to move up. So yeah, and they've been losing. No, listen. They're beating good teams, Steven. That's the thing. Hey, who is Hendo? I thought you had a wrench on my channel, dog. I'm gonna have to wrench you up, bro. If who is Hendo is up in here. Listen, Steven, you're not paying attention to what the Pistons are doing, man. Listen, they beat New York. Of course, they took care of the Lakers. They beat Minnesota. They beat Ant-Man and them. Ant-Man and them are really pretty much not the same. And then of course they took care of Indiana. Indiana is like a game ahead of them. So and see, that's another thing though, Stephen. That's what you got to understand too. The Pistons play you hard, man. Like, this is not the same Pistons team that you used to look and be like, oh, okay, yeah, we could just run over them. No. Cade Cunningham can get a triple-double in his sleep. And that's the thing. Cade Cunningham, he from the house. He from this neck of the woods. I've been knowing about Cade Cunningham, man. You know what I'm saying? And I've told people about Cade Cunningham, but what did they do? They didn't pay attention to him. You just think that, like I said, they're not going to get that much coverage, so you're not going to really know about him. But they're going to cover the Lakers who getting their ass whooped by the Rockets. They're going to cover the Lakers who stay playing the same old teams all the time, beating up on bad teams, whether it's Portland Trailblazers or some shit like that. When the strength of schedule, you really need to be paying attention to the Detroit Pistons. Then on top of that, I got to go back to how J.B. Bickerstaff was done. Okay? They did J.B. Bickerstaff wrong in Cleveland. Now, I know Cleveland is celebrating, their record right now. They on pace to catch Golden State and all this other stuff. But listen, don't think I forgot about, you said the real Detroit is about 3 years away from being a consistent playoff team. Now, I think, this is what I think. I think Detroit is already a playoff team. Listen, I'm gonna say this right here for all the Pistons fans up in here. Alex, I got who is Hendo, the real Darrell. I don't know if you're a Pistons fan. I know all my Pistons fans. If Detroit make the playoffs, I'll be happy with that this season. If they make the playoffs, and I could see them being either a seventh, eighth seed, maybe even a sixth seed if they play real hard or whatever. Because we got some teams that are struggling right now in the East so far, whatever. You said Cleveland is not winning the chip this season. Boston repeats this season, probably so. And see, that's the thing. Until anybody beats Boston, that's a good point. Until anybody beats Boston, then we can't really be saying anything. You know what I'm saying? So this is my thing right here, right? The Pistons, they get a couple of games up under their belt because the season is about to start next month, okay? I hope y'all know that. After the All-Star break, this is when we're going to start getting real. Then it's going to get into the, the play-in, people fighting for a position. So this is where everybody needs to start gearing up. And it seemed like Two-Raw made a good point earlier. Shout out to Two-Raw. Two-Raw made a good point earlier, okay, when I was listening to him talking about OKC. It seemed like when OKC, they took that L in the in-season tournament, it seemed like ever since then, they've just went on a tear because they won like 15 games, Then on top of that, you got to look at the Pistons, like the brother who was Hendo was just saying, they're 8-2. They're 8-2 in the last 10 games. So this isn't a team that, Steven, despite what you may think, you're thinking that this team, you can just run over it. I mean, they're doing well. They're doing better than us, better than the Sixers or whatever. Now, do I think that we can beat them? I don't know. I'm hesitant to say if we can actually beat the Pistons or not. That's how that's how better they're playing than us. They're on one accord. They're consistent. They still got Jaden Duran, despite what the room. I've been hearing a lot of trade rumors. I've been hearing a lot of trade rumors about Jaden Duran. I've been hearing him in a lot of trade talks or whatever. I would not get rid of Duran, even though that because Duran is a muscle down low that you need, and I think him and Cade Cunningham, they feed well off of each other. What's up with it, Matt Moses? Haven't seen you in a minute, but salute. You know how we do here. Still grinding out in this hole. You said Sixers and Pistons playoff the edge. Huh? Playoff the edge 76. I don't understand what you meant, but basically what I'm saying though, man, is you said Sixers are a hunk of junk. Pieces do not fit. Indiana looking like Cuba Zirconia on the basketball floor. Halliburton is just okay. Well, first off, we're not a hunk of junk because you have an all-star in Tyrese Maxey, okay, and on top of that, we've actually won a considerable amount of games ever since being at the bottom or whatever. You know what I'm saying? The hunk of junk is Joel Embiid. Okay, so let's just get that out of the way. And the hunk of junk is Daryl Morey, but the hunk of junk is not Tyrese Maxey. The sooner we can get Joel Embiid out of there, the better off we'll be. Okay, so you got to look at the other pieces around there. You're looking at us right now. You're looking at our record and stuff like that. That's because we got a guy in there who is a cancer to our locker room. So when you're saying a hunk of junk, I could see if all of the players on there are bad or not talented, but that's not the case. We even got a rookie in Jared McCain that was holding shit down while Joel Embiid couldn't even had yet to touch the floor. You understand what I mean? So, and then when you talk about Indiana, yeah, Indiana, man, they've lost a little bit of their edge. I still got a lot of faith in Halliburton. I still like Halliburton. I'm not going to sit up here and doubt the young man or anything like that. You know what I'm saying? Halliburton he's been having some trouble with his leg and stuff like that. Not to make no excuses for him and everything, but Indiana does not play with that same edge that they did the previous season. They just don't, and I don't see them going far in the playoffs or whatever. But it's going to be left up um, to their coaching staff, man, to get them where they need to be, and the players got to start stepping up too. They got to realize that they made it pretty far last year, despite Halliburton being hurt and everything like that, man. Indiana, I thought that they were going to be a more competitive team this season, and like I said, I agree with you on that sense, Darrell. They're playing like ass. Okay, like in comparison to last season, and Rick Carlisle. I don't know if that. I don't know if those guys. I don't know if those guys are responding to Rick Carlisle like that. I just don't know if they're buying into his system. But sorry, man, I responded to your messages late. You said, do you trust OKC to execute in the half court come playoff time? They play too much for the crowd. They are a year away. Nah, I gotta disagree with you on that. This I trust OKC to play in any type of way. Okay. First off, they can play in transition. Okay, they are a young team, so they can run up and down. Okay, and this is what I talk about a team. Most championship teams, what do? They play both ends of the floor. They can play a multitude of ways, and on top of that, they got continuity. Think about the continuity. They got the same squad pretty much that they've been playing with the last 3 years. They done won together. They done lost. They done lost together. Let's not act like they weren't supposed to derail that they weren't supposed to be in the Western Conference Finals last year instead of Dallas. The only thing that stopped them was a bogus call. You got a guy in Gilchrist Alexander. He can play up and down. He got an old school. He played both ends of the floor. He can hit the mid range, occasional three. He's not really heavily relying on a 3-point shot. And on top of that, he's a playmaker too. He's a total package or whatnot. Then you got McDaniel. Okay, you got McDaniel there who could play both ends of the floor. You said Cavs are going to the final straight. We'll see what happens. Listen, this is my thing right here. Okay, they got to beat Boston. You know what I'm saying? Hell, I mean, we got to see if the Cavs can beat any of the other teams in the East. You said rebounding hurting them against Dallas in the playoffs. Not necessarily. Not at all. I think actually they've been actually better in rebounds this season. There's nobody actually. OKC has the edge on them. Dallas, you have to worry about them because their front court is really going to be tired out. You got to think about PJ Washington. I think PJ Washington is out. The only guy you got there that's really going to be a force in that front court is Ivy. Lively. I'm not Lively. My bad. Lively. But you said that the Cavs are going to the finals. That remains to be seen. We'll see. Anything can happen in the playoffs or whatever. You know what I'm saying? And knock on wood, there's injuries that happen. There's different scenarios that happen. Hell, everybody was automatically decorating Dallas to win the championship. Remember last season? And then guess what? Kyrie, he folded, man. He folded under pressure. Nobody wants to see OKC. I wouldn't mind seeing it. Why not? I would love to see that. See, this is my thing, Darrell. Here's my thing. Here's my whole thing about that, right? Y'all so used to seeing, one guy, one team. You know what I'm saying? It got to be the Lakers in there, or it got to be this guy in there. No. We need some parity in there. Like, see, that's what's wrong. So we can market some of these other players. I would love to see that. You know what I'm saying? Hell, I would love to see Victor Wembanyama in the finals. You know what I'm saying? You said that would be an excellent finals. My Cavs earned it. Spider, I called him. Well, no, Spider, I disagree with you on that, Matt Moses. Spider is not the one that's beneficial for that team, okay? Spider just he's a front runner, okay? Donovan Mitchell, he's improved, but listen, I'm here to tell you that ship doesn't float without two guys. That Darius Garland and that's Jared Allen. Those two guys right there. You got to think about it. Jared Allen against the Lakers, I think he had 27 and 14. Listen, Donovan Mitchell, man, when he gets to the playoffs, let's just call it what it is. Matt Moses, he doesn't play that well in the playoffs. Okay, and I know it probably hurts your feelings and everything, man, but we got to be honest about that. He's played good. You know what I'm saying? Actually, he's played great. But you know the thing about Donovan Mitchell is that he could whenever he gets in a slump, he shows his inability to be able to be versatile. Like when Kobe wasn't going on offense or something like that, guess what? Kobe could rely on his defense or whatever and let his defense be open up for a greater offense. Donovan Mitchell can't do that. Darius Garland, the reason why Darius Garland is more beneficial, man, Darius Garland is a playmaker. Darius Garland is able to set the table. Darius Garland does so many things that you don't even really recognize. As Mark Jackson say, don't show up on the stat sheet. Ted, what's up with it? I see you in the building. You said I like Garland, but his lack of size, I can get him lack of size. What do you mean? What do you mean? What do you mean? Hold on. Not Darius Garland. You act like Darius Garland is small. No, Darius Garland is a playmaker. Darius Garland is good for 10 plus assists. Darius Garland, I think, has one of the highest assist to turnover ratios. Now, if you would have said that about Trae Young, then we would be talking about something. You said the media tricked the fans for going to Dallas in the finals. Boston does not get love outside of New England area for obvious reasons. Okay, yeah, 6'2", but that doesn't mean anything. I mean, what's it called? Jalen Brunson. You know what I'm saying? He's still able to get in his bag. At 6'1". You know what I'm saying? Kyrie Irving, he's 6'2". Steph Curry, he's 6'2". Trae Young, he's 6'1", 6'2". Man, he's still able to be an effective player at his size. What's up with it, Chad? You said we believe out here in Cleveland that we going to the final. Well, hey, hope is everything, brother. You said Garland has issues against Drew. Well, of course he does, and that's a good point. You got to think about it. Those are guys that are hawks on defense. You got to think about it, man. They change the game on defense. That's what I've always told you. Those guys right there are tenacious defenders. Of course, you're not going to get past Drew Holiday like that. You're not going to get past Derek White like that. You ain't going to get past Jaylen Brown like that. No, you're not going to get past guys like that just off a rip. But Darius Garland, where the separation is, like a Darius Garland or a Trae Young or something like that, or even a Cade Cunningham, is that they know how to take care of a ball. Cade Cunningham is the same way. He's a bigger point guard that is able to take care of the ball. You don't see him forcing shots, making errors and stuff like that. And that's something that Darius Garland, he's not going to do in the playoffs. I don't see him doing. Donovan Mitchell, you could say that about him. Donovan Mitchell, man, sometimes can shoot your team out of a game. What's up with it, Cypress TV? Make sure y'all go sub to Cypress, man. Cypress TV, man. You said that was last year. We're different. Our defense played together. Well, the thing about it is y'all didn't have your full squad last year. I don't necessarily count last year too much. You got to think about it. You didn't have Jared Allen, and you didn't have Donovan Mitchell. And on top of that, Donovan Mitchell was being a cancer. And on top of that, he wasn't getting along with B.J. Bickerstaff or J.B. Bickerstaff. And on top of that, man, he sat up there and faked the injury and stuff. You said Tatum and Brown shot Chuck all the time. Cleveland moved the ball. Not last year. Not last year. Tatum has improved on his playmaking. Matt Moses, as you could see last season, Tatum was one of the ones that was in the pluses in terms of he benefited the team. If you go back and you go look at last season, Tatum was filling up the stat sheet. He didn't do well shooting wise, but he was getting rebounds. He was getting a ton of assists. He was getting blocked shots. He was actually benefiting the team. It was Jaylen Brown, actually, believe it or not, that was more often than none, sometimes in the negative, man, and he still ended up getting Finals MVP. You said you wanted Bickerstaff going out of here. You said Bickerstaff was the problem. No, he wasn't. That's why he's in Detroit and he's turning things around. If it wasn't for Bickerstaff, y'all wouldn't have even turned around. You got to think about it. He was with that team for a couple years. Donovan Mitchell is the problem. Donovan Mitchell, look, if things start going bad, watch. Donovan Mitchell, he going to start crying because he don't get what he want and everything. This happened in Utah, too. everything was going good and stuff like that. As soon as he didn't get along with Quinn Snyder, and then he didn't get along with Rudy Gobert, and guess what? He want to find a reason to exit up out of there. So we seen all this before. You said Kenny is coach of the year candidate. Said Tatum was playing team basketball. Yeah, exactly. There's more to it. Exactly. That's what I was saying. See, y'all want to see Tatum just automatically just and I listen. Like I said, I've been critical of Tatum, but Tatum was really learning how to play championship basketball. Championship basketball is more than just scoring, more than just high flying dunks, more than just coming through the lane, flushing it on the motherfucker, more than just shooting a whole bunch of 3-pointers and making them. Nah, You got to get a little dirty. You got to play a little ugly sometimes. Like just like with Michael Jordan in the '96 finals against the Supersonics. Man, they played an ugly ass series. You go back and you go look at that. You know, Larry Bird. I forget what I think. I forget which finals that was where he had to play an ugly game. Um, you go back and you go look at like the Detroit Pistons back in the days in that '04 team. Sometimes you had to play a little ugly. Kobe Bryant, there was a finals where he didn't have good shooting outpours or whatever when that second championship squad shot a horrible percentage, but it's all about how you sustain your level of play in other ways. You said Spider was healthy last year. It would have went 7. Woulda, coulda, shoulda, man. We have people that post about sports and look at the game names upon fantasy sports and gambling. We're not losing to Boston this year. That's if y'all play them. People forget Larry Bird did not shoot well in the. Yeah, that was 81. Nobody criticized Bird for his shooting percentage. Yeah, that's what it was. Listen, and like I said, they still you know, despite all of that, still was able to do the thing and get the dub and everything. But the thing about it is man, y'all want you're not always gonna win pretty, Matt Moses. You want Steph Curry to always be doing the shimmy in order to win to win the game. No, it don't work like that. Like if you go look at that last couple minutes of that 2016 finals, them guys were actually playing sloppy on both ends. You had Curry, uh, he had turnovers. LeBron James, he was missing shots. I think he made some. He made a couple. He made like 1 or 2 turnovers or whatever. You had Curry was up in there making ill-advised passes and stuff like that. Sometimes it's gonna be an ugly ass game. It's not always gonna be pretty, man. Y'all want to live in this 2K fantasy. It don't work like that. This ain't 2K. This ain't live. This ain't none of them damn video games, man. You said who is the face of the NBA after LeBron retired? We don't know. Man, I would like to see either Ant-Man or Victor Wembanyama or even SGA. I think SGA deserves it. You know, uh, I know some people might disagree with this. I mean, Jokic has really he's been phenomenal and stuff like that. But I know some people don't talk about Jokic as being the face or whatever. It don't matter. It don't matter. What is him not being American? He could still be the face. You got like um just because the man he has to be an American in order for him to be the face. That's not true. That's not true. He not American, but he busting everybody's American ass. Shit. You know what I'm saying? I don't give a fuck if he from Indonesia. Shit, I don't give a fuck if he from, Jamaican, Puerto Rican, Dominican, you know what I'm saying? Shit. Long as you can hoop, you can hoop. Shit, I don't give a fuck what kind of face your ass is. Talking about, oh yeah, well, he's not American. Shit, do you know what this country was built on? Shit, yeah, that's like you act like that's something to be proud of and shit. You said the problem is that the NBA does not market small market teams. Stern tried to sell Spurs, but because it's still Brian Lee until he retired. No, it ain't. It ain't Brian Lee no more, man. That shit been done. That ship is sailed, man. You know what I'm saying? And as long as hey, and if you find with the with Brian being the face of the league, you could be fine with the ratings going down because don't nobody want to see a old ass man trying to carry a team which is not going anywhere. You see how they look old and slow against the H Town Rockets. You know what I'm saying? Like you look at you look at Jalen Green. You know what I'm saying? Nigga, you look young, fresh, coming through the lane, dunking on motherfucker. That's what motherfuckers want to see. You know what I'm saying? They want to see a motherfucker Victor Wembanyama, you know what I'm saying, up in there lighting niggas up at the Garden. You know what I'm saying? They want to see a motherfucker like Darius Garland and Donovan Mitchell, you know what I'm saying, coming down. You know what I'm saying? They want to see that motherfucker, Giannis, you know what I'm saying, even though he's a little bit older, still doing his thing. You know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers want to see other guys. Don't nobody want to see LeBron no more like that, man. Said the NBA, and that's what they trying to do. Look, the NFL is doing look at what the NFL doing, man. They done found a niche with the Netflix. You know what I'm saying? They found the net. Netflix is about to do everything. You know what I'm saying? If they promote that product better, bam, that's fine. That's why Charles Barkley, he put JJ on blast. JJ up in there, well, you're so negative about the product. Well, it's the truth. Everybody been saying it. The NBA is a fraternity. Why you getting offended by that shit? Charles Barkley, he's a Hall of Famer. Shaquille O'Neal, he's a Hall of Famer. Kenny Smith played in the league. You know what I'm saying? Other guys have been talking about, like, they're tired of seeing just three-pointer, 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 three-pointer. Now, I don't have a problem with three-pointer, but I don't think everybody should be shooting the motherfuckers. Like, y'all sit up here and tell me, oh, Wemby can't shoot. Wemby can shoot. He shot 50% one game for three-pointers. So don't tell me that motherfucker can't shoot. But I don't want to see a nigga shooting 0 for 8, 0 for 9, and you still trying to shoot them motherfuckers. Nah, you need to go to the rack, nigga. K Dizzle, what's going on? You said, or get dunked on by Kobe White. Hey, it happens, man. It happens. Everybody gets dunked on. Hakeem Olajuwon got dunked on. He, my starting center, he got dunked on by KJ. Tell me something new. I done been dunked on. I got dunked on like 2 or 3 times. Shit, I got dunked on by a nigga, man. He was about 6'5". I wasn't gonna back down. I gave up a couple of inches. I'm not gonna be, oh, he's taller than me. Nah. I just got dunked on, nigga. It happens, nigga. The whole gym was like, ooh. But I've dunked on people. Nigga, that shit happens. Nigga, you get crossed up. Nigga, Jordan got crossed up twice and got the jumper popped in his eye by AI. Nigga, that shit, that's not a big deal. Nigga, everybody get dunked on. Yao Ming done been dunked on. Dwight Howard done been dunked on. Shaq done been dunked on. Yes, Shaq has gotten dunked on before. Shaq has gotten dunked on. Go look at it. Go look it up. The NFL sells their teams better than the NBA. Yeah, right, fans. You right about that, man. See, the NFL. See, right now, I like K Dizzle and Darrell. I'm focused on the NFL right now. I'm trying to see what's going to happen with Green Bay and what's going to happen with the Eagles. I'm trying to see what's going to happen with the Steelers and the Ravens. I'm trying to see if Saquon going to get the MVP. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, people want to see hooping. Exactly, man. People want to see meet me at the rim. You know what I'm saying? And listen, I know I get on Zion Williamson a lot. But one of the reasons why they like Zion Williamson, it's like you like him, but you hate this motherfucker at the same time. You hate the fact that this motherfucker want to be unhealthy, eat all them damn ho-hos and Little Debbie snacks and all that other shit that he be eating and shit. But that motherfucking man remind you so much of LJ, because LJ could do everything. LJ could go to the rack. Nigga, LJ would cuff the ball, pretty much come to the middle, bang on you. LJ could hit the little jumper. LJ could run in transition. LJ could play the half court, pick and roll. You know, play a little defense here and there. Shaq will fight a nigga. Oh my God, here we go. Well, shit, man. They gonna have to do something. Him and Dwight Howard, they getting on my goddamn nerves. All this back and forth shit, nigga. Y'all niggas just need to fight and just get it over with. You know what I'm saying? Get Shaq old ass in the ring, get Dwight Howard in the ring, and go ahead and fight. The only thing the NFL will never get is global love. Well, they're starting to get it a little bit. You know what I'm saying? I mean, they play their games in England and stuff, and in other places or whatever. You know what I'm saying? It's a slow transition, but of course not with soccer. I mean, soccer. Hell, I love soccer. You know what I'm saying? The motherfucker Snoop Dogg loves soccer. Shit, you gotta love the World Cup, nigga. What's wrong with you? Nigga, World Cup is where the females is, nigga. Shit. You said never been dunked on. I did see a bottom of Penny shoes. I could catch him. Nah. Shaq got dunked on. Shaq got dunked on, man. Go look it up, man. Shaq got dunked on. Shaq got dunked on. Hey, K Dizzle. Hey, go look it up on YouTube. It says Shaq got dunked on, man. Like, I thought that for a long time. Shaq never got dunked on. Nah, Shaq, no, I forgot who it was. It wasn't like no, I forgot who it was, man. But yeah, Shaq got dunked on. Yeah. There you go. Yeah, there you go. Derek Coleman. Nah, hey, DC was that nigga. Yeah. There you go. Yeah, man. There you go. Yeah, Derek Coleman, DC. Yeah, Shaq, I forgot about that. Yeah, so Shaq has been dunked on. Yeah, DC, man. I remember that nigga DC. Man, I wish he would have just stayed like he was, man. Yeah, Derek Coleman. Hey, Derek Coleman, man, he was one of them stretch fours too, though. You know what I'm saying? Left-handed, had the shot. Yeah, man. Yeah. But, I mean, K Dizzle, what you think about the Pistons, though, man? What you think about the Pistons? I done got everybody else's take on the Pistons, but what you think about the Pistons, though, man? Pistons a playoff team? And while you in here, I need to be talking about, man, I don't know why you didn't chime in yesterday when we were talking about Derrick Rose. I was talking about Derrick Rose being a Hall of Famer, man. Yeah, man. You said Pistons are definitely something special. Okay. I do. Hey, look, and if you don't listen, I can understand if you think that the Pistons ain't gonna make the playoffs. But I don't want nobody coming in here saying that the Pistons are trash, because they're not trash. The Pistons are not trash at all. They do play hard. They play every game hard or whatever. They're 18-18. They're at 500. They doing a lot better. And they beat some pretty good teams too, man. Now, I'm not here to say they gonna win a championship and no shit like that. If they get a few more pieces or whatever, they could be relatively competitive in the next couple of years. But in terms of them making and making the playoffs year after year, yeah, you said D Rose is a Hall of Famer. He had impact on the game, in my opinion. Yeah, exactly, man. But you got people up in here saying that Derrick Rose, you said they can't beat my Cavs. Well, I mean, I don't know. You know what? Maybe if they were to face up Matt Moses, the pressure wouldn't be on the Pistons. The pressure would be on you. That's just like in football, man. Everybody's like, oh yeah, the Ravens, they just gonna blow out the Steelers and stuff like that, right? Believe it or not, the pressure is not on the Steelers. The pressure is on the Ravens to get it done because you got guys up in here celebrating Lamar Jackson like he's an MVP this season when we know who the real MVP is this season. You know what I'm saying? So that's just a prime example. Like, see, you automatically underestimating the Pistons because of their history over the course of the last couple of years or whatnot. They haven't played that good, especially last season. But you can't look at that Pistons team like that no more. But the only thing that you can do is hope. And I ain't gonna lie, man, I do want the Cavs to be successful because I want people to understand that you don't need, a super team to get it done. You don't have to rely on one guy. Like they were so heavily reliant on LeBron James, to sell merchandise and all this other stuff. And the Cavs are doing that without LeBron. Don't be so sure about that, especially if Mike Tomlin pulls the unthinkable and puts Justin Fields in there. Don't be so sure about that. All right, man. Let me switch gears, man. I done talked about, but shout out to the Pistons, man. Shout out to the Detroit Pistons, Motown, BMF. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the Big Meech, Southwest T. You know what I'm saying? BMF. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to them boys, man. Shout out to the whole all the miles over there. Shout out to Detroit, man. All right. I got to talk about this situation right here, okay? Now, we know what's been ongoing, and in case you living up under a rock, situation with Skip Bayless, Joy Taylor, and the guy's name is Charlie. Charlie, man. Charlie Dixon, not Chris Dixon. I have to apologize to y'all. I thought it was Chris Dixon, but his name is Charlie Dixon. He is the executive vice president over there at FS1. Then, of course, you had Norani Faraji. She's the hairstylist that's been making all these accusations. Then, of course, to a certain extent, you got Shannon Sharp involved, and you got Emmanuel Acho involved or whatever. Really, I mean, them guys, you know what I'm saying? They were just doing what they do. It wasn't like for no power and no shit like that. But sorry about that, y'all. I had to take man, Alex, what's up, man? You late to the party, man. I had to take care of something real quick. All right, check this out, man. Um, Shannon Sharp and Stephen A. Smith, they both got on their respected podcasts or whatnot, or their shows, and they have both spoke on the situation. Now, of course, Stephen A. Smith, man, he spoke on the situation in its entirety, but he kind of focused on Skip Bayless, and he pretty much said that he, of course, known Skip for years and years at a time and everything, but he said he can't see Skip doing something like that because, especially when it came to, I tripped out, man, because he said if you know Skip, he said how cheap he is. he said he doesn't even want to give up $15, much less 1.5 million to pay for the pussy. Pretty much, you know what I'm saying? And he was pretty much saying that he hadn't worked at FS1 and Fox since like I think the early 2000 and like 2002, 2003 or something like that. He said he didn't really know Joy Taylor. I mean, he's been cordial with Joy Taylor and everything, but his point was basically saying that he does not know. Nobody was there, and then he also brought there was a co-host with him there. I forget the lady's name or whatever, but basically she had been in the circus for quite some time, in that industry for quite some time, and she was basically laying it out that she had read the lawsuit, all of the 40 pages and everything, and basically she was just saying that um, you know we don't know anything yet. You know what I'm saying? Right now, everything is all allegations, which you know it is. It is alleged. Right now, it is alleged. Right now, you know, as bad as we want to see Skip being guilty, and as bad as we want to sit up here and say that Joy Taylor, what I'm saying, she effed her way to the top, so to speak, and trying to get her revenge on Charlie Dixon and everything, we still don't know anything. You know what I'm saying? Now, it is a lawsuit. We are talking about 14 counts, and this hairstylist has been adamant about going after Skip about some of the things that he did. But the interesting thing is that this has spiraled into a whole new wave of speculation. You know what I'm saying? Especially when we talk about Joy Taylor. Now, I've been clear about Joy Taylor, man. I mean, listen, I'm not surprised about Joy Taylor. Am I gonna sit up here and talk down on Joy Taylor and all this other stuff? No, I'm not. Because there are a lot of Joy Taylors in this industry, as we know. You know what I'm saying? Not to get off the subject or whatever. But Stephen A. Smith, he said he don't know nothing. He said, he's and like any nigga would do, they gonna say, look, my name is Bennett. I ain't in it. Look, I'm not the biggest Stephen A. Smith fan, but I don't blame him for being like, look, I I don't know nothing or whatever. But he said, he sounded like he was coming a little bit to the defense of Skip, just a little bit, of course, rightfully so, even though they haven't worked together for quite some time. You said these networks know what they're doing. Each channel has a pretty long-legged red bone on their telecast. No disrespect intended. No, that ain't no disrespect. No, I mean, shit. You see a beautiful lady, K Dizzle. I mean, shit. I mean, you got to speak your mind. But the thing about it is, yeah, you're 100% correct, man. Look, man, that's what I was saying the last couple of days. If there's attractive women there, you know what I'm saying, and you got a bunch of men there, you got a bunch of alphas, you got former athletes. I mean, look at, you got Joy Taylor working with, a Hall of Famer. You know what I'm saying? And Paul Pierce, you got him working with one of the dope ass receiver, one of my personal favorites, and Keyshawn Johnson. She's working around Shannon Sharp. She's working around, she's around athletes. Hell, her brother was an athlete. You know what I'm saying? So Joy Taylor is around it. This ain't nothing new. You understand what I mean? And the thing about it is, they listen. Let's just call it what it is, K Dizzle. These networks, like I said, they want to look like they're spick and span, Mr. Clean, and all this other stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is a prestigious place, and no type of blemishes on them or anything like that. However, it's just not like that, and it's a big big pot of gumbo of stuff that you really probably won't even stomach if we tell you the real. and one of these cases like this just happen. You know what I'm saying? Like when we talk about Joy Taylor and the alleged plot to overthrow Charlie Dixon. Well, yeah, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised. Shit. I mean, dog, you a man. Of course, dog. I'm not gonna be mad if they did. I mean, look, I'm not the biggest Joy Taylor fan. I'm not sitting here, drooling over the girl or nothing like that. But Joy Taylor's not an ugly woman. You know what I'm saying? She's attractive to a lot of men. You know what I'm saying? Like, when you got a body, you know what I'm saying, and you got nice hair and stuff like that, guys are gonna shoot their shot. Yeah, I mean, look, Inglewood, you know what I'm saying? Inglewood always up to no good. But the thing about it is like the only wrongdoing that you could say in terms of Joy Taylor was the fact of what she did with Charlie Dixon or whatever, and then of course Earl Watson, the former NBA player, former coach and everything, when they were married and everything, he found out what was going on. I mean, that's pretty much like from a morality standpoint, we could look at that and be like Joy Taylor was wrong and everything, but at the same time, even in that situation, we don't know what was going on there. I mean, how do we not know that Earl Watson was involved in something? You know what I'm saying? So, man, I'm mad either. I salute the. Yeah, I mean, look, like everybody wants to get on Joy Taylor, right? And it's interesting that we're talking about this, dude. Like, shout out to Two Raw once again. I mean, Two Raw has been on a tear, man. With really fertilizing motherfuckers' brains and putting some perspective in this shit, man. Listen, I said the same thing. Like, I didn't put it quite how True Raw put it, but this is what I said. You have a lot of Joy Taylors everywhere, in every single type of industry. You know what I'm saying? Whether it's the music industry, whether it's in church, whether it's in fast food, whether it's in the corporate industry, wherever, you know what I'm saying? And in this setting, we're talking about, of course, sports net newscasting and networks and analysts, this, that, and the third or whatever. FS1. You have a lot of Joy Taylors everywhere, okay? And I hate to put it, use her name, as the stamp or anything, but you have a lot of people that allegedly do what they do. Now they get mad at Joy Taylor and they say, oh yeah, she's a thought, she's this, she's that, and everything like that. But men do it all the time and they never get criticized. Matter of fact, they get celebrated by the shit until shit hits the fan. In a case like this, if Charlie Dixon gets overthrown or something like that, a lot of women, believe it or not, they're gonna look at it, they're gonna be like, well, shit, men do it all the time. Men do it all the time. You know what I'm saying? That's why I'm not going to sit up here and be like, oh, man, Joy Taylor, you this, you that, or anything like that. Nah, not at all. I mean, if she chooses to do that, that is her prerogative. My only thing is when you're doing that, what is the end game? You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, you allegedly, you were with Emmanuel Acha. You know what I'm saying? Which that's nobody's business but theirs. Allegedly, you know what I'm saying, you were with, Charlie Dixon. And then allegedly you've been messing around and going around all these different guys or whatever. After a while, some people are gonna be like, okay, what is your end game? That would be the only thing. But if that is what you choose to do, I can't really judge that. You know why? Because there are other people that are doing it, that both male and female that are doing it. Okay, they're both male and female doing it, man. You know what I'm saying? If you want to mess around and y'all keep it, and my thing is this too. All of this wouldn't have never got out, and I'm saying allegedly. If she would have just allegedly just shut her mouth, you know what I'm saying? But like I said, man, people talk. Not just women either. We know women talk, but men talk too. You know what I'm saying? As far as Skip is concerned, Skip just wanted a piece of the action. I mean, just like any other man, he probably felt left out, man. Skip is 73 years old, man, still trying to keep up with them guys that are in their 20s, 30s, and even in their 40s or whatever. You know what I'm saying? And Skip was like, hell, you're not going to leave me out here. You know what I'm saying? But the thing about it is that, they're looking at Skip like, okay, if Skip allegedly did do this, I mean, well, Skip is going to be looking tacky too. Now, I'm not going to sit up here and say that there aren't men out here that'll pay, millions to get the WAP and everything. You know what I'm saying? Because there is, you know what I'm saying? But I think where people have a hard time stomaching is the fact that Skip Bayless, you said, but did the hairdresser have an ulterior motive, aka? I don't think it was that. Just from looking at the lawsuit, the only thing that the only ulterior motive that I could see K Dizzle is the fact that she wanted the money, the 1.5 million, which is supposedly what Skip had offered her to sleep with her. You know what I'm saying? That's the amount of money that that she wants or whatever. And then on top of that, of course, it went into detail about her being a single mom and her having to go pick up her kids and stuff like that, which might have kind of played on people's sensitivity in terms of her being a and also her being a woman or whatever. You know what I'm saying? And I think her ulterior um her ulterior motive would be to make sure that Skip gets the punishment that he that he's supposed to get, and also she wants to put the network on blast too. I'm just saying. I'm just brainstorming, K Dizzle. I'm not saying that this is what it is, but it sounds like what it's supposed to be. What her motive is. I would think that her bringing up all this stuff, she wants to put pretty much a stop to all of the stuff that's going on. Because in the lawsuit, you got to realize too, K Dizzle, I don't know if you read the lawsuit, but in the lawsuit, she brought up the fact of how Charlie Dixon had allegedly grabbed her ass, and what's it called? Joy Taylor was just like, get over it. You know what I'm saying? Whereas she felt like Joy Taylor would have been at least a confidant or a friend and been supportive or been on her side or whatever. So it sounds like to me what her motive is like, and I'm just saying, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Everybody got their different intentions and motives, like you say. She sounded like she wanted to do the right thing, but she walked into a situation where she didn't know what she was getting into. And you also got to think that, she's foreign too. You know what I'm saying? And not to stereotype any foreigners or people from third world countries or anything like that, but some of them play by different rules in terms of their work ethic. They just go to work or whatever, and then don't say nothing to nobody and go home or whatever. I have not read the lawsuit. Dang, that is vindictive. 1.5, even 3 million. Yeah, it is. It is. But K Dizzle, when you get some time, I'm surprised. I'm shocked. I'm shocked that you didn't read it out of anybody, K Dizzle, because I know you own the shit like this, man. But when you get some time, man, just take some time out and read it. You know what I'm saying? Because it goes in depth. It of course it talks about the situation with Joy Taylor. You remember Earl Watson? That you of course he played for UCLA, then played in the NBA, played for the Sonics, played for a few teams, then also was a coach too or whatever. Um, it talks about briefly what it went on with them, and it just went into a lot of different things and whatnot. You know what I'm saying? At first, I wasn't really gonna take it's 42 pages. I wasn't even gonna look at the lawsuit, but what inspired me to do it was, of course, the brother Ticket and Two Raw too as well. And I said I got to take a look at it, and the brother Dreamers Pro. Shout out to Dreamers Pro too. Um, but yeah, man. I mean, it does sound like she does have an ulterior motive. I'm gonna check it out when I'm on board. Yeah, yeah, check it out, man. When you have some time, when you're just sitting down, man. Maybe in the morning time, if you're sipping on some coffee or something like that, just to take a look at it. Like I looked at it, man. Um, I looked at it like when I was finished with my day and I didn't have nothing else to do, and I could really sit down and everything. Cause stuff like that, I didn't want to just sit down and have a whole bunch of stuff on my plate. And then also, I didn't want to get on here and talk about something that I had no knowledge of. Initially, all it said is that Joy Taylor's name was mentioned in the suit, but yeah, it was mentioned, but it went into really descriptive detail about what was going on in this situation. So um, as far as Shannon is concerned, Shannon Sharp, he had talked about the situation too. And I'm glad. Listen, man, I'm not the biggest Stephen A. Smith fan in the world, but it was a good thing that Stephen A. Smith did address it. People are gonna want to know from him. You know what I'm saying? Even though that he's not involved, but you want to get people perspective. You know what I'm saying? People want to know. The people want to know because as crazy as it might sound, as crazy as this might sound, Skip Bayless does have some fans out there. You know what I'm saying? So they want to know, is Skip really like this and everything? And like I said, man, people are into controversy. They want to drag this thing along, or whatever. You know what I'm saying? We got a few days, man, before the NFL is kicking off and everything. You know what I'm saying? We got a few days. Um, we got the CFP that's happening. We got Ohio State and we got Texas that's going on. So people want to have something to talk about. I mean, of course, you got college basketball going and we got NBA going and stuff like that. But people want some drama. People want some gossip. People want some, that nastiness. You know what I'm saying? So, this is something that a lot of people are really into right now. You know what I'm saying? And of course, when you throw, women in there, you know what I'm saying, and eye candy in there, and Joy Taylor has been eye candy. Everybody loves Joy Taylor. Shit, now you cooking with grease. But as far as Shannon Sharp is concerned, yeah, he addressed it on a nightcap with Ocho Cinco or whatever. Ocho Cinco had to come in there. He had to put his 2 cents in there, and he basically said that he said he doesn't need to address anything. You know what I'm saying? Because uh, my name isn't mentioned in anything. So why do I need to address anything? And that's coming from Shannon Sharp. The thing that I have to respond with Shannon Sharp is this. Well said by Shannon Sharp, man. Well said. Listen, Shannon Sharp doesn't have to say a damn thing. He don't have to say nothing. Listen, Shannon Sharp is not heavily involved. The only thing is speculating that Joy Taylor, they might have had some dealings together. What's up with it, the real? I see you in here, man. Salute to you. Hope everything going all right with you. But Shannon Sharp did the right thing. He does not need to address anything. He doesn't need to address anything. What for? I mean, what is he gonna say? Okay, yeah, me and Joy, we smashed. Okay, but he's a single man. She, well, at least now she's a single woman. You can do what you want, and on top of that, they didn't cross any lines. And on top of that, Shannon Sharp, he's not in no position of what Charlie Dixon is or whatever. You know what I'm saying? And he got the right to do whatever he wants to do or whatever. So I'm glad Shannon Sharp was able to address whatever, allegations and everything like that. That's what you're supposed to do. See, that's why a lot of people, they get on a guy like, say like a LeBron James or whatever, for the the steroid allegations and stuff like that. I'm gonna tell you something else, man. I'm gonna tell you something else too. You said Jason Whitlock mad he not getting anything. Well, of course. Listen, man, Jason Whitlock has rubbed a lot of people the wrong way. You know what I'm saying? The only thing he getting is attention. Marcellus Wiley, that's a different story. You got to think about Marcellus Wiley. He was a former NFL player, so they're gonna. I mean, Jason Whitlock, he played at Ball State, but that was it. That was it. You know what I'm saying? He didn't go to no NFL. He didn't do any of that stuff. He just been in journalism and all that other stuff. Marcellus Wiley, though, he played in the NFL. You know what I'm saying? So he's used to getting those type of women or whatever, but he saw what was going on too. And Marcellus Wiley was probably involved too. He just knew how to keep his mouth shut. Let's just call it what it is. I don't put nothing past nobody. I don't put nothing past anybody. But like I said, you have the freedom to do what you want. Now, if you were trying to finesse people like Charlie Dixon is, or trying to manipulate and get women, use them for a little while or whatever, do what they do or whatever, you get your piece out of the deal or whatever, and then after that, then you scoot them to the side or whatever. That's not going to plan out well for you. I'm here to tell you, man, you're going to get hit with the boomerang, because they're going to look at it, okay, you can't just do that to me or whatever. And I think that's what my thing with Joy Taylor is. You know what I'm saying? She probably looking at that. Yeah, like Vince McMahon. Yeah, Vince McMahon using his power to persuade women and whatnot. You know what I'm saying? Knowing damn well you really couldn't get a woman like this if you weren't in a position of power. Because let's just call it what it is. Power is just as addicting as money is. To be in certain positions or whatever, to where you can call the shot, to where a person's job, their fate relies on what you say. Shit, man, that type of power is addicting. Yeah, Jeannie Buss, and a lot of people, they want to be in these different types of positions. Listen, I going back to LeBron James. See, the thing about it is like, see, LeBron James, I think he likes the type of power and the position that he's in, because the way he sees it is like, hey, y'all motherfuckers still gonna talk about me regardless. Even if y'all don't like me, hey, I'm still being talked about. I'm still relevant. I'm still on Twitter. I'm still on or X. I'm still on IG. You know what I'm saying? I'm still on SportsCenter. I'm still on this. I'm still on that. Whether they like me, you know what I'm saying? You got all these channels that base they channels on talking about LeBron James 24/7, 365. If you see LeBron James, hell, 9 times out of 10, a lot of people ain't gonna talk about nothing good about him right now at this stage. They gonna say something bad. Hell, he got his kid involved. You know what I'm saying? He got Bronny James. They're gonna be like, oh Lord, you're gonna see 1,000 comments and stuff like that. Guess what? They still talking about him. You know what I'm saying? So the thing about it is, I think he likes the power. That's my whole point. He likes the power. He don't necessarily, motherfucker probably don't even, man, we know LeBron James is ready to go. But see, the thing about it is I would respect LeBron James a lot more. This is off some basketball shit too. All these allegations, all that stuff about him, the steroids, all this other shit or whatever, I would respect LeBron James if he addressed everything just like what Shannon Sharp did. You know what I'm saying? I would respect him. Now, do I think personally that LeBron James is taking something, you know what I'm saying, taking that needle and all this other stuff? I've been on record to say no. You know what I'm saying? As much as I'm not a huge fan of LeBron and all that, I have said no. You know what I'm saying? The Leroy's and all that other stuff, hey, that's for you to judge or whatever. You know what I'm saying? I mean, if you were such a steroid junkie and all this other stuff, man, you would be able to uh elite buildings in a single bound and all that other shit, more powerful than a locomotive. Motherfucker, you human. And the way that we know that you human, nigga, you could barely move on the floor. So you could take all the goddamn steroids that you want to. You HGH, all this other bullshit that you putting in your system or whatever. Motherfucker, that's not gonna make you any better, nigga. I don't give a fuck what you take. So it like I said, it really don't matter to me. You know what I'm saying? It wouldn't even matter to me. The only thing that I want to see you do is get your ass up there and be like, look, nah, I'm not taking that shit. I know a lot of people have said allegations about me and stuff like that. Shit, face the people, because the people want to know. Even your fans, as much as they want to try to get away from it and shit, they want to know it too. They want to know it too. But spinning the block back to what I was initially talking about Shannon Sharp. Shannon Sharp is right. He's 100% correct. And he told Chad Ochocinco, he said, that shit ain't got nothing to do with me. It does not have nothing to do with him. You know what I'm saying? I mean, look, he worked with Joy Taylor for a long time. Look, if they messed around, kudos to Shannon Sharp, and it's really not anybody's business. Really, honestly, Joy Taylor, as much as some people might hate for me to say this, guess what? It's not any of our business, man. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's out there, but and she's a grown woman. She could sleep with whoever she wants to. You know what I'm saying? She could look pretty for whoever she wants to. I think a lot of guys, like you said, Jason Whitlock, a lot of guys like Skip Bayless and stuff like that, they mad because, you know what I'm saying, they wasn't able to bust it down with her. And that's what it boils down to. Is jealousy involved, is deception, you know what I'm saying? There's a lot of envy involved, like I told y'all yesterday. You know what I'm saying? And people are going to ride this. Now, another thing is, too, having said that about both Shannon Sharp and as well as Stephen A. Smith, okay? Listen, we got to look at it like this, man. At the end of the day, this is still all allegations, okay? We haven't taken it. I know that this is from my understanding, this is a civil case, okay? So it's a civil case. It's not a criminal case or whatever, but nothing has been done yet in the court of law. You know what I'm saying? Even if it was criminal, there has been no trial. You know what I'm saying? So all of this is still allegations. Okay, so we're basing this really as what if this really truly took place or whatnot. You know what I'm saying? And that's and a lot of y'all can't handle it. Y'all want this to be true so bad. You know what I'm saying? I understand a lot of people don't like Skip Bayless. I understand. Trust me, I know. You know what I'm saying? I can't stand Skip Bayless, man. You know what I'm saying? However, it's still all alleged, man. And as much as we want to have a empathy and sympathy for this lady, Nirani Faraji or whatever, her being a single mom, her being a foreigner, you know what I'm saying, her being flabbergasted about the shit that took place, it's still all alleged, man. It's still all alleged. We don't know shit. And on top of that, we weren't there. Like Stephen A. Smith said, man, you got to give it to him, man. We weren't there. We weren't there. All these people that's talking on the internet or whatever, or the majority of the people, they weren't there. That's just what it's saying in the lawsuit. It's just like with the Jay-Z lawsuit. Everybody swore up and down, you know what I'm saying? Jay-Z, oh yeah, he did this, he did that, and everything like that. Bringing up Foxy Brown, bringing up all these names and stuff like that. Guess what? They ain't talking about it no more. You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, man, we can sit up here, man, and ride this thing, ride this wave all we want to or whatever, but until we we going by hearsay and he say, she say. Okay. So, with that being said, man, let me go ahead and get up out of here. I've been on here close to an hour and 20 minutes, man. I appreciate everybody pulling up. Make sure y'all hit that like, sub to the channel if you're not a member. Also hit them notifications too. Shouts out to the whole entire Lions Den basketball as well as boxing community. And salute to all the people that rock with me, man. Again, straight to the point, sports and entertainment. I'll get at y'all later.